This is the Mental Rights Activist Podcast, episode 204, where we focus on relationships, sports, pop culture, and politics from a managed point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners. Our new ones are OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What's up?
On today's show, Kamal and I are coming to you live from vacation. The work doesn't stop. And today we're talking about the fact that Roe versus Wade was overturned.
Some might say it was aborted.
Oh my God.
Too soon?
That's funny, man. Biden signs a gun reform bill.
That's right. So if you want to buy an AR-15 when you turn 18 years old, just make sure you don't threaten to shoot up a school before you do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you got to do, man. You can still get one. We have a Dear Erby from a woman who wants to know if we think a man should pay for the Uber after he smashes. And we have a post note from a guy whose dream of having sex on the beach turned into a nightmare. All that and more right now. This is the MRA podcast from Kyle and Kamal. Women come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're helping you to understand the man you love. Let's get to the news, Kamal.
Come on, man. Let's get into it. I'm not used to like looking at the camera. I'm used to just being just the voice, just doing whatever. So now I got to remember to always look at y'all.
To refer to yourself, yes, to the camera, yes. All right, man. Rudy Giuliani got slapped at a grocery store in New York.
Yeah, I saw that.
Man.
Like in the back, right? Barely touched.
Yeah. He got barely touched, but he said it felt like he got shot. It don't hurt that damn bad, said Chris Rock.
No, it doesn't.
I know. The man who slapped Rudy worked at the store. He was immediately called into HR and promoted.
Get that man an assistant manager's job. Nigga, you a lead bagger.
Next week he's on fries.
Yo, an Atlanta Subway customer was arrested after shooting 2 employees, killing one for putting too much mayo on his sandwich.
Too much mayo.
Okay. And for the next 30 years to life, he's going to be haunted by the fact that there was a Quiznos right across the street.
All you had to do, man. Or better yet, go to Burger King where you can have it your way.
Jimmy John's down the street, Jersey Mike's.
So many choices.
Yeah, it was another Subway. I'm pretty sure in 2 blocks away.
You will learn.
He will be haunted by that fact.
He will learn his lesson, but it's too late, dog.
It's too late.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, President Biden says he's going to run for president in 2024, Kamal. I think he can run. Just don't ride a bike.
You can run.
Democrats don't trust Biden to win. They want a plan B. Not anymore, said Republicans.
No more plan B. That's funny.
No more.
Yo, an anonymous person paid a record-breaking $19 million for a private steak lunch with legendary investor Warren Buffett.
Really?
That's a lot. Everybody was happy, including the waiter, who, with a 20% tip, was able to buy the restaurant.
For real.
$19 million.
That's a lot of money, isn't it? Hey, man, got some news, man. Biden signed a gun reform bill that could turn the tide for his fortunes, Kamal. Because it's been a tough month for our president, man. You know, I never cared about politics or the economic policy before, but now inflation is knocking on my door, man. It's messing up my thing. Gas prices, restaurant prices, movie prices, all this inflates the cost of coochie, Kamal. It's all bad for me right now, Kamal.
It's all bad. Speaking of guns, Kyle, the Supreme Court struck down a ruling that will now allow New Yorkers to carry guns in public.
Really?
Yep. But to do so, residents may be interviewed by the police officers or sheriff's deputies. So we still can't carry guns in public, said black people. This ain't going there.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. We are not. We gotta. The cops have to interview. Nah, I'm good. I don't need to carry my shit in public. It's all good.
I just keep my legal shit.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm okay. You sure all you gotta do is go in there and talk to them?
Nah. We good. Yeah. Hey, Kamal, I was talking about some of Biden's lowlights from the past 12 months. Remember that withdrawal from Afghanistan, Kamal?
Yes, I do.
He should have talked to President Clinton because he could tell you how to pull out. He only got one kid. He's an expert.
His pull-out game is extraordinary.
Impeccable to be such a boss player.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's, my pullout game is pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Not as good as Bill Clinton's, but it's up there.
Mine is garbage.
Yo, yours is garbage.
Boo-boo.
Yeah, your pullout game ain't worth shit, Kyle. It ain't worth shit. Yo, after speaking of like pullout and all of that, after the Supreme Court struck down Roe versus Wade, California is now expecting an influx of abortion patients. You heard about this?
No, I have not heard about this.
Well, if they're smart, it can help the state's recent population decrease. Look at the slogan. California, come for the abortions, stay for the weather.
I can see it as a commercial. That can work. I'm just saying.
It's all right. It can work. I mean, we're going to have a lot of people visiting the state. They coming.
Yeah.
They coming.
Yeah, but once they taste those prices,
But you'll be back if we know anything about these teenage girls.
If you're anything like Kyle, you'll be back a few times.
And reckless boys, if the pullout game is anything like Kyle's, you'll be back. You might as well.
Back, man. Hey, man, speaking of being back, man, got to get back on this gun reform bill, man. They're going to look into mental health of gun buyers age 18 to 21, which is cool, but they need to take it a step further, Kamal.
What's up?
They need to check his Tinder profile. Anybody match with him, I need to know. Before you bust a cap, you got to bust a nut. That's the new slogan, Kamal.
Yeah, you gotta be able to get some action. If you are frustrated over there, mad as hell because you can't get none, no.
LOPS, man.
We need to hear from your girl. We need to hear from somebody to jump off or something. Like, we need to hear from somebody who can corroborate, is he getting any on a regular basis? Yo, I'm staying with the abortion, Kyle. Several companies announced they'll pay travel expenses for their employees' abortions, including Disney and Starbucks.
Wow, really?
Yeah, man. So that's cool. But if they really want it to be cool, they'll pay the travel expenses for conception.
That's a cool company.
Get some ass.
Yeah. Don't just come in when we got a problem. Come in to help me get the problem. I need you to buy in from the beginning, company.
From the get-go. That'll really make me feel like I'm a part of a family, a team.
Yeah. Now we talking, dog. Hey, man, Senator Manchin is upset with Kavanaugh because he allegedly lied, that would be Kavanaugh, during his proceedings, saying he would not overturn Roe versus Wade, and then went ahead and changed his mind. So you telling me, Kamal, let me get this straight. You mean that man lied to get a job? Like, what's next, man? Lying about your height on your dating profile? What's going on, Kamal?
Exactly. So let me get this straight. Trump says, I'm going to elect pro-life judges. And the people he appoints overturn Roe v. Wade.
How did that happen?
And people is like, I can't believe this. Yeah, okay. I don't believe they don't believe it.
Hillary Clinton called it out a long time ago, dog. We're going to talk about this later in the show, man, but we're going to get back to joking. But yeah, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, finally for me, man.
Yes.
At a rally with former President Trump on Saturday, Republican Representative Mary Miller of Illinois applauded the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade, saying it was a historic victory for white life.
Really?
Yeah.
White life, huh?
White life. And I have to say this. With that victory, white life remains undefeated.
Undefeated.
So, white life is, they kicking ass. They got a pretty good dynasty.
They got a really good dynasty, bro.
They got a pretty.
They still matter, too. They still matter.
Probably a match by any. Oh, yeah. After all these years, they still kicking ass,
Getting
man.
it
White
done.
life
Get it done, man.
White life is the shit.
Yeah, man. When we come back, man, we got some feedback. Then we have a post-nut from a guy whose dream of having sex on the beach turned into a nightmare. Kamal, you are in a beach community. We'll talk about all that soon. It's an MRA podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com.
and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working, you might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast where we get in her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake to Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, Hobie.
Do we now?
Yeah, man. Jenny from AZ, she said, just heard the last episode, and sir, let me tell y'all, I love you guys! Exclamation mark. Thank you for the compliments, and I have to tell y'all, I am open to a triplet if the opportunity presents itself, as long as I don't have to wash anyone's drawers. Kamal, good job, dog.
Oh, no problem. That's a good deal too. I mean, honestly, if anyone's out there, like, as long as she ain't gotta wash her drawers, she's down. Hey,
you wash your own drawers, man. You get a fine woman.
All you gotta do is wash your own drawers.
That's it, man. Come on, man.
Good deal.
Between you and Tristan, man, y'all got good deals, man. Just accept them.
Yeah, her and what was which Kardashian was it? Courtney, Chloe, her and
Chloe,
Jenny and Chloe. They are master negotiators.
Giving out great contracts. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Anyway, man, I know, man. These people, man. Some people just don't appreciate the great thing.
I know. Shit, we're looking them right in the face.
They're right here, right in front of us, man. Don't tell me you can't have something great. You have great right in front of us. Okay, this one's from the captain. He said, I heard my dear Erby. Thank you for that. It wasn't what I wanted to hear, but it was insightful. Good episode. That's from the captain, dog.
I mean, hey, man. I mean, sometimes we don't always get what we want to hear, but we get what we need to hear, especially on the MRA podcast.
There it is, man. That's exactly what happens, man. And the last one that comes from my sister, she said, you and Kamal are just a fantastic duo. I really be learning stuff from the fellas about all things sports, pop culture, and politics. Keep up the good work, fellas. And while I've been seeing your Instagram clips, I can tell you lost some weight, but damn, 15 to 20 pounds. It's much easier for men. It is. I'm not.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, got to catch y'all on YouTube. Congrats to you both on the health updates. I remember doing my 30-day sugar fast about 2 years ago and came out winning. I might have to do another one again. Now about that McDonald's YouTube. Here we go with the mom vibes from my sister.
Yeah, I had In-N-Out the other day too.
Anyway, man, when we come back, man, we have a post up from a guy whose dream of having sex on the beach turned into a nightmare. Kamal is on the beach right now. Is his dream going to come into a night? Is this even Kamal's dream? We're going to talk about this. You say what?
I said I had In-N-Out the other day.
Hey, man, find out what happened sex is the MRA podcast.
According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener Big Easy Q told us all about it and we can relate. Women, men, so listen. If you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode.
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top crime. Especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at Dear Erby at the MRApodcast.com. That's Dear Erby at the MRApodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story, only on the MRA Podcast. Okay, this one is from Benny in St. Louis. Benny in St. Louis, Kamal.
Okay.
He said, I went to a wedding in Cancun. Kamal is actually in Mexico right now. The lengths we go through to get these episodes out, guys. I'm on a boat somewhere off the coast of New York, and Kamal is in Mexico right now.
Puerto Vallarta.
That is correct, man. So he says, I went to a wedding in Cancun, and my main objective was to meet a girl and have sex on the beach. I love how he has objectives, Kamal. You got to know what you want, fellas.
Oh, yeah. You know.
Everyone knows how much I've always wanted this. Even my mother, she tells me not to have sex on the beach in Mexico. You might want to listen to this, Kamal, because I could get arrested and end up in a Mexican prison. I wasn't going to have to worry about getting arrested because every girl at the resort was family. The last night of the trip, I meet a girl, not family, and next thing you know, we're on the beach going at it. Tonight is your night, bro. It's really dark all around. I'm feeling safe enough to take it all the way, and right after I have insertion, I see a big, bright police flashlight in my eyes. Next thing you know, deflated. I'm thinking this will be the last time I have sex as a top. Hilarious. Turns out it wasn't a cop. It was my mother. I got caught having sex on the beach by my mom. She ruined the experience for me. Kamal, I have a feeling I know what you're going to say. Where did Benny go wrong?
He's a little too comfortable with his mom. He's a little too comfortable.
That part right there.
Right. Like, mom knows
Right there.
how much you trying to. She knows the objective and the goal and the aspirations when it comes to smashing. I mean, career-wise, meeting a wife, all that stuff. Great. Feel my man. But smashing? Fetishes? Nah, man. Moms ain't supposed to know that. That's something she might find out in your autobiography or something like that, but she ain't supposed to know.
Yeah. Or she listens to your podcast.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, that was, I don't know, man. Benny, committed an unforced error. And Moms is actually a little too overprotective as well, man. She looking out for him and stuff like that. But I'm figuring if this is a wedding in Cancun, a lot of resorts, a lot of high school, a lot of wild college kids. So smashing on the beach, this ain't some farmer town and stuff like that with crooked cops. This is pretty much a wild town known for this type of thing. I don't think the cops would have pressed Benny too much, man. I think obviously I think he would have got away with it.
Oh man, if it wasn't for that dog. When we come back, man, Roe versus Wade was overturned. We will tell you what we think coming up next. It's the MRA podcast. Hey guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey man, what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
Kamal, this was a monumental Supreme Court hearing. I was not alive when Roe versus Wade happened, but I was alive and well when Roe versus Wade was overturned. I don't think you were alive either, sir.
When was it? I don't even know how old it was.
You're not 50, brother.
Oh, no, I'm not 50.
They just said it lasted 50 years, so.
I was not alive when Roe v. Wade was decided, but I was definitely alive when Roe v. Wade was taking effect. A lot of cats.
Yes. Now, you saw the benefits of Roe v. Wade.
I saw, yes.
Yeah.
Not me personally.
You had
Because if my mom
not
is
you
listening
personally,
to
but
my
you have a
podcast.
friend named
Not
Kyle.
if my mom is listening.
Yeah, your mom listening. My mom knows. I'm like Benny. My mom knows. She knows about the times I had pregnancies that ended due to a woman's right to choose. She knows what it is. Let me say this, Kamal. This is, we're gonna preface this by saying this is a touchy subject, man. But I'm just gonna talk about it from my perspective, man. I do think it's weird. I don't think the whole thing is brought up. But let me start with the victims here. The victims are the young girls that made a mistake and maybe were conditioned to think they could correct it through this way. It's a lot different when you have no idea about this type of deal, when you just know that, hey, if you get pregnant, you're going to carry the kid. But it's a lot harder to put the genie back in the bottle when you've been pretty much raised to believe that you could roll the dice, and if not, you can, fix it. So I do feel bad for these young girls that grow up thinking that they have that insurance policy. Now they don't have that insurance policy in many places. That's a scary thing. I know when I had, because this only happened to me when I was a teenager. When I was faced with teenage pregnancy, terrified, I was very glad that this option was available. But I didn't always appreciate that it happened. A woman made this choice without talking to me about it. That didn't feel good. So I'll just be honest, as an MRA team dude here, a masculinist. I'll be honest, man. I never liked the fact that I know it's your body and it's your choice, and I agree that it is your body and your choice. But I always thought it would be nice if, if we remember the other two bodies in your body. I used to be pro-choice. I'm pro-life now. But the difference between my pro-life game is I'm pro-life for me. You could do what you want to do. I do not believe in legislating what you do with your body or that baby's body or that, that man's baby. As for me, though, I got in a situation, man, where, my wife and I separated. During the separation, I got involved in a pregnancy. All the arrows pointed towards, you might want to end that pregnancy. But I did not, because I'm pro-life now. So, I'm glad my daughter's here. That's just keeping it real for my life. That's really what happened. So I don't like the law getting involved telling you what to do, but I know what I've been through and what I've decided, and I do wish it was a personal choice for everybody. What you say, dog?
Yeah, I think for me, I guess I'm pro-life under certain circumstances. I mean, obviously, you got
never
rape.
Said this out loud on the podcast.
I'm pro-life again. Except for like rape, incest.
No way.
Rape, incest. The mother's life is in danger, or the child's life is in danger, or side piece. Like I make allowances for like
or marriage situation.
Yeah, fucking up the marriage. The marriage is in danger.
Yeah, man. Hey.
No, honestly, real talk,
marriage
dude.
is a danger. This is a serious.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would be against an abortion, me personally, but I don't think that, I'm echoing what you said. How I feel personally shouldn't dictate how somebody else has to get down, and their situation is different from my situation, and a lot of these pro-lifers are doing it because of religious reasons. And here's the thing. It's their religion that takes precedent over everybody else's values or opinions, just their opinion, right? Those Supreme Court justices, like their Catholic faith takes, priority over everybody else's shit. I was raised Muslim.
Yeah.
If I get into power, should I ban or push for the banning of alcohol and pork and all of that? They would think I was crazy.
No.
People would think I was crazy.
That's how you choose to run your life.
And people get mad at the Taliban because they run their country or, their laws based on their religion.
I never liked that, Kamal. Like, we feel like the American way is the best way, so we're going to go over there and tell you how to raise your daughters and raise your sons.
Right.
I don't believe the American way is necessarily the best way in all ways.
It works for America.
It always comes back.
It works for America.
It works for America, but it also hurts America in some ways. Some things, it helps us. Some things, it hurts us. Like, if in your country women are not allowed to work, that sucks because she don't get to work. But on the other hand, she ain't got to go to work. So it cuts both ways.
Right. I mean, that's my thing is the people who are really, really pushing this are pushing their values on the rest of the country. And it's not stopping.
But let me say this, Kamal.
Go ahead.
It's not all dudes. I'm sorry, I cut you off. It's not just men, though. It always gets the rap that it's like these men are making choices about a woman's body.
No, the one leading this is a chick. The one who actually got it to the Supreme Court is a woman. The woman, and she's not done.
On,
she
I just
wants
get tired of the man blame.
No. This is not the woman who was responsible for like this lawsuit. Who's behind it? Who's been making this her life's work? Is a woman. The woman behind it is a woman. the person behind it,
I'm just saying,
is a woman. And I read an interview with her a few days ago, and she's not done. She's not done. Like now, it went back to the States. But her end game is it to be outlawed in the entire country.
Done.
So there's no going to California, going to New York, No, she's like, let's get rid of it, period. And again, it's her Catholic faith. It's her religion. And so my thing is, is it, who gets to choose whose religion is what we're going to follow? It's supposed to be separation of church and state.
Be nice.
Right. And so what you're saying is,
Supposed to be.
hey, Catholicism / Christianity, that's the official religion of America. Okay,
it's
we're
not.
not supposed to have that. And why do we get mad at other countries for having an official religion? We just don't. I mean, it's the hypocrisy.
I love
we
when
just,
they have
we
one, though,
just
Kamal.
don't. Well, my thing is, they just don't like other religions' rules. They're cool with a religion running the country, just not that religion.
As long
I'm cool with it. We cool
Long
with
as
it.
It's
It's just
what
not
you
y'all
like.
shit.
Yes, of
right.
course.
As long as
Yes.
it's what we like,
Yeah.
we're good. You know, we don't like president making.
I respect the law of the land, though. I wish we kind of had just one religion and that we all got along with, we all agreed. Because I do look at those places. There's a few things I envy. I envy when, if you're, born and raised in Africa and you know who your grandfather and your great-grandfather was and your triple-great-grandfather was. I envy that. I also envy when they all agree, like, this is what we serve. We're all Muslims. We're all following this. None of us eat bacon. None of us. I think it's kind of cool. I think the cat's already out the bag in America for us to do that. But I do look at places that have that, and I'm like, yeah, I respect that y'all are on the same page, and let us not come over there and try to show you the way it should be done. Because, like I said, there's always a trade-off that we don't think about.
No, it's definitely some shit there that you would be like, oh, no, I got to get back to the States. And the thing about the States is, it's, they keep saying, they call it an experiment because, like, the country, when it was founded, was definitely unique. It wasn't a monarchy, it wasn't a theocracy, it was like, hey, the people get to decide this shit, And so that's what makes America. America is, the checks and balances, the people and all this stuff. The problem I see is the minority is making rules for the majority. The majority of Americans, if you poll them, they're, they think that Roe v. Wade should be the law of the land. And so you have a minority of people who are making all the rules. I think that's foul. If the majority of the people want it, that's cool. It'd be like, what I'm saying, you go into a club and, it's 8 of y'all driving car, it's 95, so it's a bunch of y'all, right? In the car, and 2 people in the back like, nah, man, we don't want to go to the club. Let's go to church. And y'all go to church because of the 2 people in the back. In practice, that shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening. Nowhere else.
We going to the club.
We going to the club.
Get your ass out, but we going to the club. We going out. Dog, we going to Metro. We going to Metro.
Right, and that's just that. I mean, really, that's how the country is starting to turn. The minority of the population is making rules for everybody else.
What the hell's going on with Clarence Thomas, man? Does this Negro really, I love how Samuel L. Jackson clapped back at his ass. Is this Negro really trying to overturn gay marriage and what's it called, the contraception? Is he really serious about that shit?
Well, look who his wife is, man. I think she's been on the sidelines for years, or in the shadows making moves. I think she's starting to come out of the shadows like, yeah, it's me, Jenny Thomas. I'm pretty much a conservative ideologue, and I've been pretty much running this motherfucker, Clarence Thomas, my husband, getting him to do shit, and now he's like, well, fuck it. This is what my baby wants, and baby got to get what she gonna get, because he doesn't really say a whole lot until recently. Now you're starting to see him write long arguments and shit like that. Clarence Thomas used to have like the smallest fucking arguments, like a paragraph of shit. He didn't really have much to say, and now he's going ham, and it's just like, oh, it's because all this evidence is coming out that his wife was one of the people behind January 6th, and she's a behind the scenes person. So it's like, fuck it.
Hey man, Kamal, that is well said. When we come back, President Biden signed gun control legislation. Man, is it enough? Are we off to a good start? We'll talk about it next. It's the MRA Podcast.
Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
And why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
Kamal, President Biden signed a gun reform bill, which is pretty huge.
Yeah, pretty big.
First significant gun reform in 30 years. But some people are like, it ain't enough, man. We want to get rid of the AR-15s. We want background checks for everybody. They ain't doing all that just yet, dog. But it's something. You know, it's amazing that we have Roe versus Wade reform, abortion reform, and gun reform at the same time. But the abortion reform is a lot stronger. It's almost like the Republicans get to make the choice because they ain't giving up a lot on this gun reform shit. But they giving up, you know. But the Democrats giving up everything on the abortion shit. What's in mental health and investment? Okay, closing the so-called boyfriend loophole. What does that mean? A boyfriend loophole is basically says if you've been convicted of a domestic violence, you cannot own a gun if you have a girlfriend and you live with her, which is weird. I don't know. They gonna get in your personal business before you buy a gun. They gonna go to the crib, see if you live with your girl. But, you know, the domestic violence advocates were fighting for that. So the fact that it's in, I'm going to call it a good deal. The thing I don't love, enhanced review process for buyers under 21. I guess maybe because the Dylan Roofs was under 21 and the dude from Evolve Day was under 21 and the grocery store dude was under 21. Because I don't understand why everybody ain't getting this whole psychiatric stuff. How do you feel about this, man?
About the whole
gun ban. Is it enough? Is it off to a good start? How you feel about it?
No, it's not enough. I don't even think it's off to a good start. It's something to placate the people, man. I think this is, just throwing them something to get them to shut up. We gave you this. Yeah. I think Biden took it because he knew that was the only thing he was going to get, and he needs a win.
Yeah.
And so this is
he definitely needs a win.
Yeah, this is small time.
Low key bullshit.
Yeah, low key bullshit. You know, because the thing I think most people are tripping off of, they're not banning the AR. That shit ain't happening. You know, let me see. They're not doing expanded background checks. They're not giving that up. They're not raising the age of purchase, because the gun lobby is the strongest lobby in the country. The gun lobby. Honestly, the people who make Smith & Wesson and, Desert Eagle and all this shit, they are the strongest lobby group in America. They put their money together and they pay politicians to allow a lot of shit that ordinarily wouldn't be allowed, in no other country. Even after the Uvalde
really
massacre, the gun, like some of the things that they came up with to fix the shit was to arm more teachers, give teachers more guns. Who's going to benefit? Gun manufacturers. So when there's a tragedy, and the remedy and the solution to the tragedy is, hey, we can sell you guys more guns. That'll solve the problem. And that's a serious solution. Serious, it's bullshit. And they run everything. And that's my only thing, man. The NRA is not mad at this new law or this new bill being signed by Biden. That's my only thing. NRA ain't sweating over this shit. I'm not happy.
Well said, Kamal. When we come back, Colin Kaepernick got a try with my Las Vegas Raiders. How did that go? We'll tell you next. It's the MRA Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you say we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Erby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Kamal, I had heard that Colin Kaepernick got a tryout for the Raiders. I didn't hear how it went. I didn't think that was a good sign when you don't hear how it went. If he balled, I felt like I would have heard. You know what I mean? Like when they just don't mention nothing. And so I kind of kept thinking, what happened with that tryout? And then I just didn't hear anything. And then your boy Vlad interviewed Warren Sapp. Take a look at what he said.
I mean, do you see Kaepernick coming back? I mean, he tried out with the Raiders recently, but I heard the tryout wasn't all that great.
I heard it was a disaster. I heard it was one of the worst workouts ever. I'm wondering how the hell this happened and the tape didn't get out, right? I mean, somebody wasn't over the fence or nothing? Come on, man. We live in a world right now where you put a drone up. Hey, it ain't like they can stop you. They ain't gonna stop the workout talking about there's a drone up here. We don't know who this is. I mean, what? Come on, let's run this. They don't even send them up the ladder anymore. You remember we used to go out to practice? Send the guy up the thing, he's shooting practice off. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, we just interviewed Josh Norman. He pretty much said, look, you can't sue a company and then go back and try to work for them again.
I'll take this, right? Say, for instance, you own a business. Just walk with me for a moment. You own a business and you have an employee, and your employee finds something that he doesn't like and deem unnecessary. And so he decides to, for whatever reason, go away and not want to show up or not want to come. And he looks at you and say, this is the reason why I'm not showing up to work and I don't want to do this. And it's something that have detrimental to him. So he chose that he wants to take a step out of that. And now, only that it's detrimental, he's not getting it, so he wants to sue you as well as your employee. So you go through that court and litigation and you get whatever the case may be through all of that. Okay, X, y'all done. All right, y'all going your separate ways. Now he knocks at the door like, hey, sir, can I come back and work for you? You think it's an opportunity that I can come back and work for you?
No. That's what the reality people are saying right now. Like, you, and I have had business, and even when people want to go get unemployment, I'm like, unemployment?
Like, you know, I mean, come on, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's use a little bit of common sense. Like, we people, like, and I get it. But if you really wanted to come back, you would have never went that route.
So Warren Sapp was pretty clear. Like he had heard that it was a bad workout, man. That's disappointing to me. If it's true, I'm just going to pretend it's true because that means, I don't know if it meant Colin Kaepernick has been out the game too long. But, you know, the other argument is, hey, man, when you sue the NFL, you can't get back in. But I don't think that matters if you didn't ball. What's your take on it, dog?
That's not cool, Warren Sapp. And I'll say this: the agent said that's not true. He had a fantastic,
of course,
or his representative. So
that's what the agent's supposed to say.
He's supposed to say that shit, right? All right, he could have just been like, "Well, the conditions were terrible," and he can make a bunch of excuses.
He
but
could have done that.
I don't know, man. I think that with Warren Sapp, and I know Marcellus Wiley, a lot of these people who are like. And somebody else said something, man. I think it might have been Pac-Man or another former player. Or, maybe I know, what's my guy's name? The running back, Shady, LaShawn McCoy. He said something a couple of years back. It's like, dude, why are all these players and former players taking shots at Kaepernick, essentially being on the side of the owners? These young black males who are attacking another young black male for standing up for young black males being, gunned down by the police. And they're like, getting on Cap. Essentially, like I said, siding with the owners who have kept him out of the league. If anything, they should all be rallying around Kaepernick. And I don't understand it.
But what if they just felt like they didn't like the way Cap protested? Like, man, we all was out here. Because they could have just not agreed with the way he did it, especially the fact that they were, there didn't seem to be a meeting or an agreement. It was just, this is what it is. And so maybe they instead of siding with the owners, maybe they just happened to agree with the owners on this point.
Okay.
It looks bad when you say you side with the owners because you sound like Uncle Tom.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so Kaepernick was kneeling. It was him, Eric Reed, and another player. And people got wind of it, and then it became like a league thing. Kaepernick wasn't calling people, texting people saying, yo, man, y'all need to be kneeling to be down with me. If y'all ain't down with me, use an Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
Kaepernick was doing that because that was his stance, right? He wasn't like the Pied Piper, like, follow me and do what I got to. No.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing on some Monique shit like everybody needs to No. He was doing something. They saw it. Some reporters say, hey, what are you doing this for? And he explained his position. And so just because it caught on and it got large and everybody else did it to the, eventually you had some owners out there kneeling. That's not on Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? It's like people getting dissing Das Effects, calling them whack for doing the miggity after everybody bit. Hey, and Das Effects fault that everybody bit. You know what I'm saying? You can't
true. They just did something that they
get
wanted
mad
to
at
do.
Kwame and call him whack because everybody was biting his polka dots. You know what I'm saying? The first dude should never get dissed unless he's saying everybody do this, do what I'm doing. But if he's just doing this thing, and people like it and they respond to it and they start doing it, how do you diss the first dude?
Yeah.
Kaepernick.
Yeah, you ruin comedy, Kyle, because you sit down on a stool.
Right. Like the first dude. Now, if he's saying, I heard, I'm saying, but now if you said everybody needs to sit on the stool to do stand up, and everybody started sitting on stools, and then some people was like, man, that shit is whack, man. Kyle fucked up comedy. Yes, they would have a point. But if you just do you, Kaepernick was doing him. And it caught on and became this phenomenon. And people was like, we need to hear from Cap. Why isn't Cap speaking? He wasn't speaking in the first place. Cap has remained true to himself, and people just didn't like the way he got down because of it. They expected him to get out there and be like some Malcolm X, and he wasn't doing that. He was just kneeling during the national anthem, and people expected him to get out there and be Nelson Mandela, and that was never, in my opinion, that wasn't his intention.
Man, well said, Kamal. When we come back, man, we get into some whole shit, and later in the show, we have a Dear Erby from a woman who wants to know what we think about a man getting an Uber for his lady after he smashes. Is that a mandatory activity? We'll talk about it soon. It's the MRA Podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. All right, Kamal, what you got for whole shit?
Okay, so let me read this. It says, this happened over 15 years ago. I was going to a yacht party and... What? What's so funny? Okay, yeah. Now, let me preface this by saying... No. Okay, I was going to a yacht party, and this was when everybody was rocking white Air Force. My fit was tight. The only thing I needed was a pair of extra crispy Air Force. The yacht was leaving in about 30 minutes, so I only had time to go to one Foot Locker on my way to the marina. I stopped by the one in the hood by my house, right, because that was the closest one there. I asked for an 8.5, 8.5, and the chick brings me a pair. As I'm trying them on, a couple of roughnecks walk in, and they're looking around the store too. They obviously knew the Foot Locker chick, and they were quite friendly and familiar with her. One of the dudes asked for a pair of white Forces as well, size 8. The chick acknowledges them and heads to the back. But before she can get to the back, she stops and checks in on me. Now, the Forces were a little too big, so I told her to bring me a size 8, and she was like, both of y'all want a size 8. I got you. So they're standing at the front of the store by the door looking at shoes. I was standing by the register waiting for her to come out. So when she comes back, she says she only had one more pair of size 8s. Now, ordinarily, I would respect the rule. Do ask for them first, but my boat was leaving in 20 minutes. I didn't have time to go to another Foot Locker. I told her, I'll take them. And she looked at me like, you sure? I quickly pulled out my wallet and the chick gave the shoes to the cashier. As I was paying for the shoes, I heard her tell the dudes that I got the last 8. And I heard one of them say, that's fucked up. Of course it was fucked up, but I had to get to this party.
Yes.
As I walked out, I made sure to keep my head down, avoiding all eye contact. I probably deserved an ass whooping, but they let me slide. Spoiler alert, this person was me.
Flag on the play.
I did this whole shit 15 years ago, Kyle. I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, dude, they could have whooped my ass, and deservedly so. Like, but I had to get to this party, dog.
Oh, that was not yours. Dog, that is funny.
This was me, dog. I committed the whole shit, but I had to get Kyle. The boat was
That's
leaving.
some bitch ass shit, bro.
I didn't have time to go to another one, dog. The fit was, I was extra clean. The only thing missing was a brand new spanking pair of white Air Force. And I couldn't explain that to them
You
dudes.
did your brother's dirty. Come on.
I did that. Dude.
Nah,
I
man,
heard
you
him
just-
ask for the 8. I heard him. I was like, ha, little foot nigga. And I was like, let me get a size 8 too. And she was like, I only got 1. I was like, I'll take it. She like, you sure? Like, yeah. Give it to me.
Man, come out. Flag on the play.
I deserve
Because I
it.
probably would have done the same thing. But
I deserve the flag,
but
but
look,
it's like,
you deserve the flag, man.
It was
Just because I would
15
have
years
maybe
ago.
possibly done it doesn't mean it ain't wrong. No, see, I knew it was gonna be some bitch ass shit where you say this. I just want to preface by saying this was a long. You bringing up old shit. No,
bring it
whole
up
shit is whole shit, man. Flag on the play to Kamal Abdul-Jabbar for masculine props and masculinity for you calling yourself out, man. We come back, man. We get into our personal lives. I'm on the boat. Kamal's in Mexico. How's that going? We'll talk about it next. It's the MRA podcast. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA podcast of Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Kamal, what's going on, man? You out there in Mexico, man. How long you been out there and have you almost died yet?
No. I've only been out here
You
just a couple of days, man. Got in yesterday, so be here around 8 days, man. And I have not died yet, I have not almost died yet.
You haven't died? Are you sure you haven't died yet, Kamal?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I didn't die yet, man. But no, I haven't
I'm
almost died
certain
yet.
I have not died yet.
Yeah, I haven't done any reckless shit yet, man. My wife is like, "You want to go on the banana boat?" I'm like, "No, we're not doing that
we go.
again." But she did say
Smart.
might do the ATV. So I am
Oh, damn. Bring a helmet, dog, please.
the helmet. I don't want to have like the little. So I might not do it, man, because me in different countries doing some extra fun shit don't work out. Don't work out for me typically.
Well,
man.
I am on a Carnival cruise working, doing comedy. I think I got 2.5. So yeah, we're gonna be out here almost the same amount of time, man. This is welcome our video viewers. This is my cabin. I'm happy to be working, man. I appreciate that you still come out working on vacation, man. I know if wifey didn't like that, man, that could be a big problem, man. So you sticking your neck out, man, for the cause.
Oh yeah,
for this
she
thing
wanted,
we building, man. So
she wanted me on that beach.
Dog.
She wanted me on that beach today, man. I was like, I gotta go do the podcast, and she was looking like, yeah, okay,
This nigga, man.
do your little podcast, man. Go do your
Do
little
your little
jokey
punk
joke.
ass podcast.
Yeah, go do your little jokey
Yeah,
joke.
do your little joke. Hey. Hey, man, we come back, man. Speaking of jokey jokes, man, we got a Dear Erby from a woman who wants to know if we think a man should pay for the Uber after he smashes. Well, I'm very curious what Kamal says, man, because, well, I ain't going to get in you. We'll talk about it next. It's the MRA Podcast. You need some advice in your relationship?
And can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Erby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages,
Encourage divorce.
taught a guy how to please his woman.
Encourage divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearerby@themrapodcast.com. Let's get into this Dear Erby letter.
Let us.
Dear Erby, hi guys, I love the show. I'm a new listener. I live in Los Angeles and a similar thing happened to me and I heard this on Power 106. That's where hip hop lives. I wanted to know what you guys thought. All right, so this is something she heard on Power 106. Just so if you want to, hey, I heard that on Power 106. Yes, so did she.
Where hip hop lives.
Yeah, where hip hop lives. Where hip hop lives, yeah.
Does it?
All right, so she says, and this happened to her, so she's bringing it to us. A woman said that she went to a guy's house and they had sex. Sex was great, but afterwards she was upset that she had to pay for her own Uber back home. What's wrong with men these days? This happened to me twice and even happened to my cousin. Can you explain these trashy men to me, please? LOL. Kamal, help Annabelle out, our girl. Help her out, please.
Wow. Kyle, I've had sex before.
You have.
And
You got kids.
and I've had some bomb ass sex before.
Okay.
And you know what I ain't gonna do?
What you not gonna do, Bluff?
I wouldn't do back then.
What you do?
I ain't gonna do nothing to fuck that up by trying to get some bomb ass sex again. So there's no way I'm making the chick get an Uber if I'm trying to have sex with her again. So this leads me to believe that the young lady in the Power 106, whatever it was, where hip hop lives, didn't break him off.
Wow.
You know, I'm starting to think that this wasn't no
This
good
was
sex. If he's
Average cooch.
like, this was some average. If he's like, thank you. So usually the Ubers, they park down the street, so you're gonna have to nah. If it was bomb biggity, A, he might not want you to leave, and B, if he's gonna make you, if you gotta go, he's making sure you get home. He's gonna drive. If he gotta drive 3 counties over, he's gonna make sure you get home safely, because guess what? He wants to see you again. Now, here's the thing. Annabelle wants to know about these trashy men. I'm gonna say, me personally, my philosophy is however you got there is how you getting home. If I brought you there, if I drove you there, I'm driving you home. And if you took an Uber there, take an Uber back.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know, man. I think that's just my rule. Some of these guys, these new guys, yeah, man, they roll over and they pick up the joysticks and start playing the PlayStation and stuff like that. I think that has more to say about some of these ladies, man. I don't know. I've never gotten down like this, Kyle, myself. You know, and I don't know many guys who get down like that. So I just think, man, like, I guess the guys are trashy, but what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Kamal.
The chicken or the bad sex?
Hilarious. Well, you cold brother, man. Blaming this on the bad sex, man.
I know.
But
This is
I got a whole
terrible.
nother
I'm
perspective,
sorry.
Kamal. And when we come back, I'm going to weigh in. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Kamal, I got to say I'm guilty, man. I never think of, I gotta pay for somebody's Uber. My brain don't work like that. That's a conversation, dog. I think we're dealing with an assumption. And this always causes problems. This is why I said it's nice when we're all on the same page, right? You know, if we're all Muslim, we're all Christian, we're all whatever it is. The same page saves you a lot of trouble. And Y'all ain't on the same page. That causes a lot of beef in a relationship because you think everybody knows it goes like this. Now, I agree. I have heard the dudes pay for the Uber, and I've heard he didn't even pay for an Uber. This is a conversation before y'all start bumping uglies. This is a philosophy conversation, because the thing that frustrates me, Kamal, is when you're in a relationship with somebody and they keep on shitting on you because you're breaking these rules that you didn't even agree with, that you didn't even know about, and they just assume you know. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. It's like, that is not a good enough excuse for me to just say everybody knows. This is a conversation. So I have the same question. How did you get to his house? If he swooped you up, maybe he's thinking, I swooped her up, she can get herself home. I would hope that if he swooped you up, he would bring you back, or there's at least a conversation. If you Uber to him, you should Uber back, unless there's a conversation. I really don't understand it. I don't think it means she's got bad, good. I really think it's a miscommunication thing. I really don't think, you know how like back in Johnny Carson days, if you're good enough, you got invited to the couch, and if you weren't, if you were just funny, you got hey, all right, our next guest. I don't think this is. I'm projecting. For me, it could be the best in the world, but if I'm thinking you got it, I'm not going to think to do it. One of the things that bother me, ladies, about how y'all get down is the lack of personal responsibility. Even when we talk about the abortion topic, I would like to see a lot more personal responsibility. You're forcing women to blah, blah, blah. Nah, dude, unless we're talking about a rape, we ain't talking about no forcing. So I don't really want to hear that anybody's forcing you. You got to take personal responsibility for what you brought into that. And so if you did not have that conversation, you need to take some personal responsibility. Even like I said, if you guys are talking about, what are you going to do with the child? That's a conversation, guys. You got to have a conversation. So, Annabelle, if these two dudes, or if this happened to you twice, I suggest you stop assuming that the person is going to be solid, so to speak. I only think he's not solid if he told you he would and he didn't. Anytime you're dealing with an assumption and then you'll take that liberty as an excuse to say somebody is not solid, I think you're wrong on that.
Well, I got a problem with this, man, because here's the thing. I know I keep saying here's the thing. That's my Joe Biden. Here's the deal. Here's the thing. Why is the guy supposed to pay for the Uber ride? Why is he supposed to pay? Because you gave him sex? Is that the give and take? How about I gave you some of the pipe? I gave you the pipe. Or we both enjoyed it. It was a shared experience. We both gave each other what we want. We both pleased each other. And so why do I have to go the extra mile and pay for your Uber? Unless you're saying that, this is, you gave me something, right?
It's sometimes with the old school, new school. I need old school, so I'm gonna be old school. It's just like
right.
The Republicans and Democrats do.
Exactly.
Oh, I need that rule, so I'm gonna take it. Oh, now I don't need it. So it's like, come on, man, be consistent. They don't want to be consistent. Come out.
They don't want to be consistent. And I have another problem with this is, a Uber ride is monetary, right? So if the dude after he was done just like dropped like $20 on the $40 on the counter next to her, I'm not a whore, she would be offended. As she should.
She would.
But he's supposed to pay for the Uber, right? And so it's like just the consistency. I would like the consistency. Do you want us to be, chivalrous? Do you want us to be the man? Do you want us to pay for things? I would like a little bit of consistency, and just tell me the rules, and I'll adhere to them. That's all. Tell me the rules. I will follow the rules, but you can't just keep switching them. That's my 2 cents.
That part.
Cut into your shit, Kyle.
Where can we find you?
Twitter, Instagram, and Clubhouse at Angry Kamal.
I'm at Kyle Erby 13 on Instagram. That is my new one because my old one was hacked. I am at Kyle Erby on Twitter and Facebook. MRApodcast.com on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. KyleErby.com is my website. The MRApodcast.com is where you can go to listen to all 204 episodes that we have done. Kamal, you bring it every time, dog.
I'm trying, even on vacation. Yes.
Appreciate you working with me in my horrible internet, dog. Thank you, brother. Even on vacation, bro. I know, man. You've been very patient. I appreciate that, man. Check us out on our affiliate in New York, which I just came from New York. DynastyRadioNY.com. Look, man. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, yeah, man. All times.
MRA.